Hello, tapdatline Incorporated would like to introduce the newest technology in vehicle GPS tracking. This device can save lives by providing satellite location, track a teenage driver or outgoing husband or wife. All this peace of mind for just $200. This includes the updated, more concealable wired device instead of the easy noticeable OBD plug-in device and high-dollar professional installation fees. Purchase 2 units, get $30 off the total price of the second unit. Installations are available 24 hours, 7 days a week. tapdatline Incorporated, providing vehicle GPS tracking services for $200, includes professional installation.
The statistics don't lie. According to the National Highway Safety Administration, the group at the highest risk of dying in a car accident is teen drivers between the ages of 16 and 19. Here are just a few of the facts. Teen drivers ages 16 to 19 are 4 times more likely than older drivers to be in a car crash. Within the first 3 years of driving, 89.2% of teen drivers will have an automobile crash. 52.5% of teens will have 2 crashes within the first 3 years of driving. Surprisingly, alcohol is a factor in less than 25% of deadly teen crashes. In fact, 75% of teen traffic fatalities result from driver error. Great new service that allows parents to monitor and coach their teen drivers. There's no way to protect against every hazard on the road, but Moto Safety gives parents a powerful tool for taking a more active role in helping to keep their teens safe.
I think the Moto Safety does keep my teenage driver safe. It gives me alerts every day for her speeding, and it helps me monitor where she's at. It also gives me a report card of her driving every day, so I can go online and look at that and feel like if there's an issue that we need to discuss, it gives me that ability to create dialogue with her. And it's very easy to use. Go online, takes a few minutes to go over it with her.
It allows you to monitor and coach key driving behaviors such as speeding, harsh braking, or rapid acceleration. It allows parents to monitor driving activity through an easy-to-use, web-based interface. It gives parents a daily report card that scores your teen's driving and alerts you to activities that may be unsafe. Parents also receive the daily report card via email, giving them fast glance updates on each day's driving. He provides an excellent tool for parents and teens to sit down and discuss driving habits together. Research by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety reveals that teens with parents who take an active approach to their teen driving with high levels of support, rules, and monitoring report an accident rate that is half the national average. That's not all. The same teens were less likely to drink and drive, less likely to speed, and less likely to use a cell phone while driving.
At first I was a little hesitant. It was kind of fun to see how the system works, and I've actually improved my score over time, which is a good thing.
Also allows you to see where your teen is while they are driving and to view a daily history of their location. You can create geofences, which are imaginary borders around important locations such as your teen's school, work, or friends' homes. When your teen enters or exits these locations, you receive an email alert letting you know they've arrived safely. It also allows you to enforce driving curfews or hours where you don't want your teen to be on the road. You simply select the days of the week and times when your teen has your okay to use the car. If the car is active outside of those hours, you will receive an email alert.
My favorite thing is the report card. I feel like it's a very good way to keep track of how she's doing overall. I really like the maps as well. Been a few times that she's gotten lost and called me, and I've been able to get her back on path. I was up front with our daughter from the beginning, and so she is okay with using it now, and we have set guidelines for her report cards, and as long as she stays within those guidelines, we don't hover over her, so that's good.
I would say yes. It does help me become a better driver when I'm out driving around. I remember that I do get a report card, so I try to stay slow down and extra cautious.
The first step is to remove the lower dash. If there are any removable items, such as a plastic ashtray, take these off first. The dash is typically connected by a couple of bolts that need loosened and a few plastic plugs. A little force will pull the plastic plugs loose. If there are power controls within the dash, they can easily be unplugged so that it can be completely removed before you start working. Next, locate the ignition wire and the constant power wire. The easiest way to do this is to follow the wiring harness down from the ignition switch. There are also wiring diagrams for specific vehicles readily available on the internet. Whichever method you use to locate the wires, be sure to use a voltage meter to verify that you have identified them correctly. Select the constant power wire. As long as it's not touching metal, it will not need to be grounded. Remove a small section of the insulation, being careful to use the right gauge to prevent the wire from being cut. Next, select the ignition wire and remove a small section of the insulation. Use a pick tool to poke between the exposed wires and create a space for the device wires to run through. Before connecting the device, use a voltage meter to test the ignition wire. Verify that the voltage on the ignition wire is 0 when the key is turned off and between 11 and 14 volts when the key is on. This will confirm that you have selected the right wire. Remove the device from its packaging. You will see a white zip tie included with the device. This will be used to secure the device in place once installed to ensure accurate information about rapid acceleration and harsh braking. Your GPS device will have 5 wires, but you will not need to use the green or yellow wires. To ensure that you get accurate data from the device, it is important that these 2 wires do not come in contact with each other. Tape off each wire separately, and then tape the 2 wires together out of the way. Place a ring terminal on the black wire. This will be the ground wire. Next, use the poke and wrap method to connect the white wire from the device to the ignition wire. Poke the wire through the open space in the ignition wire and wrap it around the exposed area, ensuring that it has complete contact with the wire. Wrap the wire completely so that there is a solid connection. Then, take a piece of electrical tape and close off the connection. We recommend that you use a zip tie to secure tightly around both wires to hold them in place. This creates a solid hold, so if anyone pulls on the device, they can't pull the wires loose. After securing, cut off the excess from the zip tie. Repeat this step with the red wire, connecting it to the constant power wire and securing in place with a zip tie. Cut off the excess from the zip tie. Next, attach the ground wire to metal. Before you start, test it with the voltage meter to be sure that the metal is grounded. Select the ground wire and touch it against the metal to which you are affixing it. A blue light should flash immediately. Within 20 seconds, the green light will turn on and the blue light will continue to flash. This indicates that there is a solid ground. It also indicates that your ground is connected and that your device will be working properly. Affix the ground wire to the metal using the bracket, a self-tapping metal screw, and a star washer to secure it. You will notice a pigtail on the device. This exists for future use, but it currently has no function. It can be taped away or left to hang, as it will not make a connection with the plug. The device has an inline fuse. When troubleshooting, you can pull out the fuse to check it. If it is continuous, then plug it back in. Now, the device is ready to be secured to the dash. Use the zip tie that is included to secure the device underneath the dash. This is an essential step. The harsh braking and rapid acceleration functions depend on the device's solid installation. Make sure the label is facing down as you secure the device into the dash. Finally, make sure everything is solid and that the device is not covered with metal. You don't want to secure it under the steering column or directly under the fuse box because there is a lot of metal to interfere with it. This device is just under the vent, which is plastic, and the dash, which is plastic as well. However, it can be placed anywhere that is free from metal interfering just above it. Also, don't use a metal bracket to secure the device in place. Now it's time to clean up the wires. They can be taped together with electrical tape. Just tuck them back out of the way. Once that is complete, reattach the dash.